And we're live! Hey everybody, it is Sunday night, it is Atop the Fourth Wall plays The Outer Worlds. Just to get this out of the way now, yes, the save files work. The suggestion to switch over away from cloud saving and where to grabbing the save files, which by the way I did have to look for, because like I had to, like, The Outer Worlds puts them in a weird folder, not where I would normally expect them to be, but I did find them, I made backup copies of them, didn't need to. But yeah, it's all working good now. So how y'all doing? We got some people here that I should introduce. We got Lotus Prince.
Good evening, everyone.
We got Minspy.
It's fun to be here.
We have our Lord and Savior, the VTuber Son of God, RN Jesus.
Greetings, my disciples.
And finally, we got Xandru.
Hello, everybody.
Oh me, oh my. I hope everyone's having a good day. So continuing on our 3D printer adventures. So last week, I showed you guys this thing.
Oh dear.
It's a filament respooler. And,
Oh yeah, that's right. You did show it.
yeah, I showed this off. Like, hey, I can print the parts. I should be able to print the parts much better now because I've got a better printer and everything like that. It should work a lot better. This thing is a piece of crap.
Oh no.
Like, I have tried so many goddamn modifications and different things just to try to make it work consistently good, but no, the gears what it consistently does is get caught on itself, leading to new issues as I was producing it. So, fortunately, other people to the rescue. We got this thing now, which is while bigger technically, is a much simpler setup. Because, like, it's just this one gear system right here. Which, let me take this out here. Just all the gears along here. There's a lead screw that moves the thing back and forth. Much simpler, much easier design. It makes sense. And sure, it's running into a few of the same problems as the other one in terms of, like, being consistent about producing, getting the filament on there and not like falling apart like this. Because the pieces are modular, they like fall out sometimes, but like not when it's sitting and working.
Fair.
But like, it works much more consistently, and it's not prone to disaster like the other one is, and doesn't get caught on itself. So keep it simple, stupid, kind of a philosophy.
Oh, absolutely. I love that philosophy. Like, it helps you get stuff across much faster and all that fun stuff, so.
John Carlos Reyes, never knew you were in DBZ Abridged. Yep, I was the Elder Namekian who loved to talk about his Dragon Ball. Oh, prized possession.
Elder Namekian, can you tell us about that prized Dragon Ball you love so much?
Oh, it's wonderful. It's the greatest treasure of our village. It's a good thing there aren't any villains around who would want to steal it, because we have no defenses for it.
It's okay, Elder Namekian. I could be your protector if you need help.
Oh, good. Now go talk to that spiky-haired fellow who just came by. I'm sure he's going to be all right.
Hello, Spiky friend. How are you doing?
Also, I also played Choco Bill. In fact, I cleaned off a bunch of hard drive space earlier today, and I found the original recordings I did for the conclusion of Final Fantasy VII Mission Abridged, where I did the Choco Bill again.
That's adorable.
I have no idea what I'd ever use the original audio for, but like, it's nice to have that anyway.
Yeah, you never know. Hey, you never know. You might you might run into a gag that you can't think of, but then you just be like, I might as well just throw that in there. Why not?
It used to be that anytime I recorded a cameo appearance for someone, I kept them all, and I had ones going back, since the start of the show, and like a couple of years ago, I finally deleted a whole bunch of them because it was really a matter of like, what am I ever going to use these for? This is just taking up. This is just wasted space.
I mean, you could have just publicly posted them, like, hey, check out all this cool stuff I was a part of. And leave the links of, like, the original videos or whatnot.
Yeah, not exactly, because like, it's just multiple different takes of me saying the same lines over and over again, because, I'm giving it to other people for cameos, pick out whichever one you want to use, etc.
Okay, I gotcha.
Ah,
Oh me, oh my, oh me. So, I made a decision about our playthrough of this game, and the thing is, I talk about this a lot because it's funny you bring up DBZ Abridged and Team 4-Star. One of the things I love about Team 4-Star's Fallout 4 playthrough, which got me to play Fallout New Vegas and got me to play this, is that that they really get into the roles of the characters they play and what they're doing for a lot of it, and they let things kind of happen impulsively. Now, part of that is because they weren't really streaming the game; they were just like 3 guys playing the game, then posting bits of it one at a time, episodes one at a time as they went along. So it's a different experience, of course, being in a chat talking to you guys while we're trying to do this. But I think I've decided, especially with how Fallout 4 went for them and Captain Richard Ravichet, he went from this suave, sophisticated, fisticuffs kind of a fighter to a raging cannibal who was more beast than man by the end of it.
And we still love him for some reason.
And we still love him. Partially because he's just become a complete monster by the end. Like, there's an actual, story progression. The exact moment when he went mad was when he found the alien and the government did something to him.
oh, I thought it started off with the kickball.
That's the thing. The alien incident happens right before the kickball incident.
That's right.
So they commit murder right after that because a guy pisses them off, and then the kickball incident happens. It's clear the government did something to the captain's brain.
Something, I don't know.
What happened to that review of the Wonder Woman TV pilot you did with Film Brain and that other guy? That other guy is Nash, and you'd have to ask him where that video is because he was the one who produced that video.
Ah, there you go.
And if he has it back up, I'll happily post it back up on my site, but I don't know if he has it up or not right now. Sometimes, crossovers like that, they're not interested in trying to keep them up just because, copyright stuff is an issue. And let's face it, the Wonder Woman pilot was never officially released. So the legality of doing fair use reviews of that is,
Very yeah, indeed.
So anyway, with that in mind, I want to be more impulsive with our playthrough of the Outer Worlds, and I want to stop thinking so hard about, oh man, I've got to make the right decision. We should be much more impulsive because it'll also produce better content, and it might piss you guys off. It'd be like, no, you fool, what have you done?
So, in other words, let's not learn about that one mission that someone wants. Eliza wants us to go through and do, right, or something like that. Let's screw that up.
No.
I have decided, you know what? Sure, it could hurt the town in the long run because these people are not prepared for living without the company, indoctrinating them and stuff like that. But we are a believer in truth. We are a believer in freedom. And the human spirit will prevail. They'll learn. They'll get over it. Let's go and fix things, shall we? We're to go help the hippies. Benjamin Hall, I am sending one final package to the current P.O. box tomorrow or Tuesday. Also, is Beast as a mad scientist better as a hero or villain? I prefer Beast as a hero, and I wouldn't even ever call him a mad scientist.
Right?
Yeah, he doesn't really work with those kinds of sciences all that often.
I prefer the X-Men animated series version where he is very sophisticated. Beast in the comics has always been a bit more playful and jokey than he is in the TV show, but I prefer, noble sophisticated, quoting Shakespeare kind of Beast.
You're referring to him as the Bard.
Speaks too soon. Did you know Arby's potato cakes are back? Yes! I love it! They say for a limited time, but I encourage people to get them. If they like them, of course. If they don't like them, then there's no good with that. I encourage people to get them because I wanted them to make it a permanent menu item again. And hey, for a limited time deal, their 2 for $6 roast beef sandwiches deal has been a limited time deal for months now. So I'm just gonna ride this train for as long as it lasts.
I'll have to get myself one of those. See how close they are to latkes.
ZachFet92, we will read your super chat when we get there.
No, it's here now. You know what we gotta do? Bring the glory of New Arstotzka to these capitalist pig dogs.
Helps that we are not. Let's see. Divert power. Remember, reduce ally refuse to return Edgewater. Ally proposes you divert power to the botanical lab, depriving Edgewater power. Okay, so we gotta go to that power plant
And turn it off?
and turn it and switch the power to the botanical gardens. Where the hell are we going? Yeah, that's the active quest.
We're going
There we
that
go.
way.
It's always the problem with going a week without playing the game because you have to relearn everything.
Yep. I was gonna suggest, like, after we do this mission, I want to check out that building that's like all the way up, like above us, kind of thing.
With the tall building?
Yeah, that tall building. Thank you.
That one.
Yes, the tour.
You just dead center? Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know why. It just looks cool.
I feel like there's another quest in the geothermal power plant that we need to do anyway.
I mean, yeah, fair, but still.
Benjamin Hall, I thought this was a tyrannical stream. Also, Beast done plenty of mad science. For example, his blue fur came from trying to cure himself. True that.
Yeah, I always forget about that. Beast was just kind of like a slightly disproportioned human in like comic number 1. Emperor Seth says, might be a short night for me. I spent 5 hours today cleaning my parents' house and prepping it for the estate sale, and I'm emotionally beat, thinking I can use some comfort MST3K tonight.
You watch that MST3K and get comforted. Sorry you had a rough day.
Yeah, they do keep live streaming, like, enjoy it. They got loads.
Yeah.
Okay, for a minute there, I was like, did you shoot through the laser gate kind of thing? Looks like you
I
can.
don't see why not.
I mean, it's just electricity.
Also, Connor Harvey, this is not space. Clearly, we're on a planet.
So the
Well,
shotgun is
that-
clearly not working on these things.
Yeah. Zach Fett says, thoughts on Star Wars fans who claim the Separatists were the good guys all along? Who were the Separatists? Was that like Newt Gunray?
Yeah.
They were the bankers that didn't want to be put together with the Republic.
Our devotion to capitalism.
Oh, there are 2 of them.
Who's shooting me? Ah.
Anyway, my answer is, don't know.
Good job, Parvati.
Yeah, I was gonna say, she's going all in.
I thought I was shooting a robot there.
Just
Just
wailing
shooting
on
that
these
door.
guys.
Also, these guys have energy cells. Yay, ammo for the gun.
Isn't that great? Isn't that great when that happens? Of all the things you could have stolen, you made the right decision.
Yeah, you know what? And you know what? Impulse was able to help us. So, though it was stolen, you know what? Screw it. We got a good gun out of it.
Indeed. We don't have the hacking tools for this.
God bless it.
We should buy some hacking tools.
We should.
Just looking around here everywhere before we go inside. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
but-
actually there's an entrance in there too. I was gonna go on
There
this
you go.
side there. Yeah.
God, it's just really
I'm
cool
playing
to see, like,
Fortnite, so like, so I keep expecting it to give me the option to vault up with the space bar.
Oh, and Ilnige is in the chat. Welcome. And yes, that is the Ashley Birch companion.
Hey Nage, feel free to join in the chat if you want to.
That is one dead scientist.
That is one looty corpse.
Yeah, right.
Oh, doggone it.
Anyamaro says, are we there yet?
Did we get
No.
Zach Fett super chat?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That was the one that was asking, like, opinions on whether the Separatists were the good guys in
No,
Star
they were
Wars
still
Episode
bad
1.
guys. The idea behind them was still, the idea of separating from the Republic was good at that point. in theory, because again, the problem with these movies, people say that that like, oh, the prequels were talking about how the Jedi were evil and everything like that, and they were in the wrong, and the Republic had become corrupt. The problem is that the story doesn't frame it like that. I agree with you that that's probably what they were going for, but the story is not well told, so it's not presented as if that's the solution, because everything that we see about it everything that the movie presents is the Jedi are still wise protectors, and that that they are the good guys, and that the Republic is the ones in the right, especially because the Separatists keep aligning with the bad guys.
Well, the thing is, like, we followed Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, and I don't know about Obi-Wan so much, but Qui-Gon was a pretty radical departure from the literal sit on their asses and do nothing Jedi.
A bit, but he's still presented as a wise Jedi. He's not. He doesn't actually do that much that's radical. Maybe if he had started a rebellion and freed all the slaves and everything.
Yeah.
But instead, he's just like, I'm still stoic Jedi. I will free this one because he might fulfill a prophecy.
Yeah, I will say, like, low bar, like, his radical act was, like, doing fucking anything.
Yeah. Benjamin Hall, so Cyclops and Beast seem to be 42, yet their contemporary Peter Parker is not. Does this frustrate you since Marvel has a 12-year time scale? Always.
Wait, how's Peter Parker contemporary to both Cyclops and Beast?
I feel like he would be, the same.
Ilnige makes a good point. The most morally gray he gets is cheating in a game of chance.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there is also when the Jedi say, nope, Anakin's too old, and Qui-Gon's like, I don't care, I'm taking this kid on.
Yeah, but even then, it's never presented like he doesn't have any I know the Jedi code is all about we can't be aggressive or angry or anything like that. But like, I feel like he should be at least a little more outraged or stuff like that. Like just a little more frustrated.
You know what it makes me think of a little bit is this isn't really in the movies, but in the Lord of the Rings books. You remember when they met up with the Ents and Treebeard and everything, but like the whole joke is that the Ents move way too slowly for the Hobbit's liking?
Yep.
There's a part where Treebeard is like, okay, look, we know that we're slow moving compared to what you guys are used to. We're going to have you take shelter with like one of our more radical upstart Ents. Maybe you'll like him a little better. And he is faster, but he's still excruciatingly slow. And the Hobbit's like, I guess I'll take it. Like, it just makes me think of that.
You take what you can get.
Yeah, it's like, fine.
The best of the worst situation.
Yeah.
Let me try how our lightning or laser sword here does against the robots.
If there were any to fight.
Yeah, if there are any fight, I feel like there should be.
I kind of feel like these robots are for AI art, so let's think of that.
Hanyumaro says, have you found a way off this crappy planet yet? We have. We're trying to work toward that.
There you go.
I mean, we had multiple ways presented to us last stream, and we're acting on one of them this stream.
Yep, we've decided that, you know what, the hippies are right. People are strong. They will adapt.
Down with the system, up with personal rights.
And it's not like they're going to be completely rudderless, because we've got the colony of other people. We can't be indecisive. We are Cole Aidman, Space Awesome Guy. We need a better title. I'm going to clear this place out first.
We are Cole Aidman, the suave savior.
The suave savior, I like that.
Speaks too soon. We should do something. Should we do something? Do something we should.
Unlock doors. Authorization passcode required. Welcome, R. Thompson. Alright, what do we got here? What happened to the geothermal thing? Chester Higgins again, that hull head. Found him fiddling around with one of the mechanicals, so I had to write him up for tampering with company property. Just in case I'm reading this a couple days from now and feeling bad for what I've done, let me just remind myself that I've warned him before. He's always been a little crooked in the skull. He was working on some logic module. I complicated it. Should be my lockaway room for the foreseeable future. Logic module, you say? You got speaks too soon?
Yeah, RNG just got him.
Alright.
It was just before you logged onto the computer.
Doesn't sit right with me. Company's been replacing our guards with auto mechanicals. At this rate, I'm going to end up a chief security with no staff. There's a small army of mechanicals knocking about. Guns point every which way. Company tells us they're safe. Programmed to treat us humans like their own. People are liable to break down, but an auto mechanical never will. I feel like a robot will break down. I don't know. It doesn't sit right with me, but the company's never been wrong before, I suppose. Worst has happened. Mechanical gone crazy. Locked myself down here, just trying to gather my courage. Gonna make a mad dash for the control room. Might be able to shut things down. We'll delete this entry if I ever return. Well, greetings, Security Chief Tanaka. This is an automated message issued by Spacer's Choice Worker Safety Contingency Protocols. A security lockdown has been initiated. This is not a test. Your behavior during the lockdown will be reviewed during your quarterly audit. Anxiety is a common side effect, life-threatening situations engendered by security lockdowns. Fight back against anxiety with an ice-cold bottle of Zero G Brew. Zero G Brew, an ale that's good for what ails ya.
That is legit amazing. Like, yeah, I understand if, like, war happens, you might get nervous. Try buying this product.
Also, that is a great slogan.
Ale for what ails ya. Yeah, that's great.
Okay, after reading that context, I've got a feeling that we just discovered the dark story of like what would happen if Tom Servo went evil.
I think the true story here is that the company is freaking awful. Yoink.
Oh yeah, I forgot your weapon does that. That's freaking crazy.
I know, right?
But it doesn't do it with corpses. Only when you actually make it into the corpse.
Here's a question. Do you lose looting potential if you disintegrate an enemy with that thing?
Nope.
Nope.
There are still ashes behind that we can loot, which so apparently we disintegrate everything except the stuff that was on the body.
That's
It's the same thing as like in Fallout New Vegas. If you disintegrate or turn into a plasma puddle, you can still loot them.
You know what? They should make the enemy robots out of the ashes that the looting stuff comes in.
It takes too much money to make.
They should make the whole planet out of the black box.
Bard.
Also, there was a corpse below. There was also a corpse that you missed. Not downstairs under the stairs kind of thing.
Hanyamaro says, for the sense of cosmic karma, do you think somebody making a deal with Mephisto could manage to get Peter's life back together, or is that too much to ask for no matter what's offered?
I feel like it's probably too much to offer, especially given the retcon they added in that Mephisto did this deal in order to stop Spidey's kid from ever like destroying him.
Also, I was gonna give a different answer, but Clark, the Keyblade Master, beat me to it. Like, the writers say no, the writers say no.
I thought it was more along the lines of, like, after that whole deal with Peter Parker, someone else made a deal with Mephisto to never mess with Peter Parker's life ever again.
Yeah, but that would involve the writers not being shitbags.
Ooh!
Yes! Yes!
Wow. Hello.
Well, howdy.
So much armament and selling material. Selling potential, I should say.
No. This is what's important right here. How do I put this on?
Oh, a sweet hat?
Hey, look at that.
Yeah.
All right.
I see that man, and all I hear him say is, Crocky.
That's not an energy gun. This is an energy gun.
Yoink.
Money. I'm your Huckleberry, says Captain Adventure.
So something I didn't realize before, and like this blew my mind. The word yoink was invented by The Simpsons.
Wait, really?
I guess I can't think of any time before that, but that's interesting. Yoink.
Yoink.
I show like a montage of them using it like yo yoink, grabbing something. So I was like, oh my god, they're right. I've never heard that word outside of The Simpsons before.
Also, with that sweet hat, I'm thinking of all sorts of lines. It seems that Mr. Cole Aidman is an educated man. Now I really hate him.
You know, we do have a kind of Doc Holliday-ish thing going with his look, especially with the mustache.
Yeah.
No,
you know
really
Veritas. In Spacer Ale Veritas.
In Vito Veritas.
Mm.
What's fun is, can you translate that dialogue?
Well, I read it somewhere on YouTube. It was something like, well, that's a famous quote. It's like, you know,
Indeed.
in wine there is truth or whatever. Like drunk people don't
in
lie.
spirits, there's truth, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah.
Yeah, but they go back and forth with it. I forgot what they said, but somebody had translated it at some point where they started making like just subtle threats toward each other, like in Latin.
Yep.
I always thought that drunk people always tell the truth.
Well, that's the idea behind it. Yeah, like respect what a drunk person says because it, like drunkenness like removes your filter, so you can believe what they say even if they become assholes.
Yep. Gonna be distributed to Edgewater Saltunicae Botanical Laboratories. Arc damage detected. Redirect power.
Be right back. Gonna have to go to our gas station to get some things.
Okay.
Okay,
Power redirection has failed. Manual override required. We have to all 3 electrical track switches.
3 switches. That'll be easy enough.
Alrighty. Someone asked if they invented meh, and you know what? They might have.
That's possible. Benjamin Hall says Daffy Duck as Robin Hood said yoinks prior to that.
Did they use yoinks in the same context?
Yeah, is that like yikes, but yoinks? Because with The Simpsons, it was like I'm stealing something. Like
Yep.
yoink.
No, I think he said yoinks in a way. As in when he was trying to swing from tree and...
Yoink! Hey, there you go.
Incoming!
Oh, was the robot about to have an introspective idea?
1 second.
We made.
Okay, multiple people are saying yoinks and away, which is not the pilfering.
Close,
yoinks.
but not... Yeah.
Okay, so it's... I thought it was zoinks in a way.
Zoinks is like Shaggy from Scooby Doo.
Zoinks.
Yeah, and that's like an oh my god, like that's what that is.
Anything else to take? I've gone to the bathroom.
Oh,
Ooh.
you know that whole meme about how, like, everybody in Scooby-Doo has a catchphrase except for Fred?
Well, isn't Fred always like I forgot what he says, but like the "Let's start an adventure" kind of quote, like
Yeah, his is...
we've
"Let's
got ourselves
split
a
up."
mystery or something like that.
Well, gang, looks like it's time to solve a mystery again.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
It's not really a quote, but still.
like that's
Buy
not
all
exactly
those
that's
hacking
not exactly a
modules.
quotable line, but like he does kind of say that.
Well, I was going to say that his catchphrase line was, "Let's split up."
Let's split
Yeah,
up,
fair
gang.
enough. Well, yeah, let's split up, gang. Yeah, all right.
There's 2 more. What'll happen to Miss McDevitt's folk if we send power?
Well,
to
I mean, like, there is something that Fred does say that, like, from my friend group, we say all the time. The word treasure, but like how Frank Welker pronounces it with Fred, it's like treasures.
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 And Yamara,
There
we're always only talking about the important things on these streams, aren't we? Oh, indeed.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got a robot here we can talk to.
There was an old black and white Mystery Science Theater movie. It might have been The Brain That Wouldn't Die or something. But there's that woman who kept saying like, "Oh, there's a treasure. Like we need to find the treasure." And at some point, the riffers said, "Like now to watch my favorite Shakespeare play, Measure for Measure." It just cracked me up.
Yeah.
Hostile actions towards Spacer's choice mechanics are contrary to logical directive. Conclusion: all hostile automechanicals must be defective in compliance with Spacer's choice policy. All defective automechanicals must be permanently dismantled. Please allow me to assist.
Oh, yeah.
Affirmative. Mechanicide protocols loaded. Awaiting confirmation.
Confirmation granted. I like the sound of that.
You got a new pet.
So,
I got a new robot buddy.
Hooray!
how does the name Poyo 2 sound to you?
Let's see. Corporate just sent a team of technicians to conduct a complete refit of all our mechanicals. Every center drone is not my place to say so, but doesn't this run contrary to Space Tourist mission of being as cheap as possible? Just in case I'm audited, I would like to formally express how grateful I am to be a part of the Space Tourist family. Space Tourist leading brand, affordable sundry across Halcyon. It's not the best choice. It's the Spacer's choice. routine maintenance of our mechanical century that found some strange modifications to their logic modules. I haven't had time to run a diagnostics, so I don't know what's been modified. All I know is these modifications were introduced in our recent refit. Company went through the trouble of refitting every single mechanical in the plant not long ago, guessing this was the work of those visiting technicians. I filed a report. My supervisor told me not to worry about it, said the company knew what it was doing, ordered me to forget about any alleged modifications to the logic modules, so I had to do a bit of sleuthing by my own self. Got my own hands on the logic module, time to do a little experimentation. That must be that logic module I picked up.
Most likely.
Indubitably.
No,
only
you know what? I'm
logical.
going to disagree. I'm going to say dubitably.
Like, what are we gonna do with all these, like, robot parts? That's my question.
Yeah, I'll make another robot.
I mean, I like that idea.
I'm excited to be part of this plan.
I love this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it. Let's
We gotta
do
buy
it.
a bunch of hacking supplies because we are running into so much stuff we could hack, but we can't.
Hanyamaro says, if you tried to join the Green Lantern Corps, how long would it take before they kicked you out for disobedience?
Oh, probably a little bit, because I'd probably, like, fresh recruit, I'd probably be the kind of guy who would follow rules and regulations for a bit. Jeremy, where'd you go?
Jeremy, buddy.
Oh, did you already go in here?
I guess not, because your cursor is pointing you here.
Phantom, is there a guy alive in here?
Oh, Megabob says, I think that keycard you picked up goes to that terminal you couldn't hack.
Ah.
That'd be nice.
We could backtrack and go take a look at it now.
I mean, whatever.
I'll take care of it after this.
Let's go menace this guy that keeps calling us a phantom.
Excuse me, sir. I am Cole Aidman. I am not a ghost.
No, just
Yeah.
leave me alone. Get away!
Where are you?
It's in a lower level. There's a lot of levels to this place. Oh, hello.
Well, I mean, it's like an energy plant. I would figure you'd need like a lot of levels to maintenance this place. Plus, it's for like explory kind of stuff anyway. So.
No, just leave me alone.
Hang on a second. I'm taking your drugs.
Oh, you finally at the bottom?
No, just leave me alone. Not real. You're not real.
I hear gunfire up there.
Yeah.
You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot. Scram.
Oh, yeah, Megabob says that third engineering book you were looking for, it's apparently somewhere near this guy.
Ah, so we'll look around for that.
You can talk? The Phantom's never talked before. I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw. See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting. Of course. Do excuse me. I experience brief flashes of mania during which I am visited by the phantoms of my imagination.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
I'll just be on my way.
I don't blame you.
I like to just back away
Hard
slowly.
to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days.
Why does he refer to himself in the first and third person?
I think he's got a I think he's got a Gollum thing going for him.
Okay. Also, Adam Roman says, Sup, Linkara, just FYI, as you progress, you'll find tier 2 and 3 weapons and armor, so don't tinker or upgrade your gear until late level 20s.
Gotcha.
Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon.
What?
I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
You've been surviving all this time.
Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides. Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium.
Oh, right, he was an engineer, and they're programmed not to attack the engineer.
Ah.
Oh.
MX Video, hey Linkara, would you be alright with me donating DC and Marvel games to you? Not to stream, but just games you probably play to have fun with. Yeah, sure, go right ahead. As a reminder, the P.O. Box is going to be closing come October. I'll be setting up a new one. It's just UPS raised their prices on it to a point that's like, I can't really afford to keep it like this. So I'll be getting a new one that'll be cheaper for me, but just a new address. You should be fine sending stuff there until mid-October, but for now, you are good. And you weren't killed?
I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
You mentioned being an engineer.
I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries. Repaired them, maintained, upgraded. Did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section. Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
Ooh, I don't like the idea of prodding.
I can deal with the mechanicals. I made it this far, didn't I?
You remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer.
This guy.
I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead.
You can't solve behavior of their logic module. Someone tampered with it.
Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering.
I don't want to brag, but I am pretty
There's a
awesome.
behavior control terminal in the other room. It should
Yeah,
have
I mean,
options
you have your
to
own
change how
spaceship for crying out
mechanicals
loud.
act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you.
Oh, I ask you something.
The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy.
Yum.
Mechanicals lost their bolts.
I thought.
Open fire on...
Zach
I
Petnick
was
2,
on
are you
cleaning
planning on getting the big Marvel versus DC and Amalgam omnibuses when they come out?
Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't be against getting it. It's just like, I save my money a lot on comic stuff, so I wouldn't be against getting it though, just because it is a fun thing. I'm glad they're releasing an omnibus with all those though.
You did pass an item box. I don't know if the book would be in that necessarily, but there was something.
That's right, the book. Yeah, I gotta look for the book. Ooh, Impact Hammer. And a chess game. And he said it was down here was his office as well.
It was around the guy.
There we go.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Hey, companion has leveled up.
And Hanyamaru says, if you gained superpowers and got transported into a different universe, what universe would you want to end up, and what team would you try to join?
DC and Titans.
Hmm.
Don't you need to be a teen in order to be a Titan?
Only if it's a Teen Titans team. There are other Titans teams who haven't been teenagers before.
Yeah, there's that one iteration called Titans. It's fine.
Yep. All right, so Parvati leveled up. Give her a perk.
Not gonna lie, the idea of having a companion level up is an interesting one. Actually, no, that's not true.
Yeah, I do like that.
Actually, you know what? I take it back. I just stopped to realize. Oh wait, that's a normal RPG thing in general.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking of giving her. I think we should up her engineering just because that increases our general skill when she's in the party.
I do like the idea of like tinkering with machinery. So I can say engineering.
Can we also pick one? Can we also pick a level 2 perk as well?
It says perks available 0. I think just the fact that you've picked tier 1 means that now you can theoretically get tier 2 when you get a perk, so you'll have your 3 other tier 1 perks, or you could try for a level 2 perk.
Gotcha.
Sounds about right.
Adam Roman says, also, before you divert power to one of the... Well, okay, this is advice for what you should do regarding, like powering up and stuff. Do you want to know this?
It's for stuff we should do before we power up.
It says, before you divert power to one of the locations, save and complete remaining side quests so you can level up to increase your skills and more stuff. Because I guess you might move the game forward if you divert power.
Fair enough. It's possible we won't be able to complete the quest because, we just diverted power away from all the people who were going to use
grind whatever points you can now before you do the big decision, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I guess that's not really a plot spoiler. It's more just like a mechanical,
Good
you should
general
know this
advice.
if you want to get some XP. Yeah.
Some backseating.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Jeremy, buddy!
Jeremy!
Hey!
Did they take you down?
They took him down.
You heartless machine!
How dare you
Brad?
destroy my friend who
Feeling
was a
better
heartless
for it,
machine!
Yeah.
Is there any way we can salvage Jeremy?
I
don't know.
think all right.
Oh, Aidman, I will always remember you. Memory deleted.
Yeah, shut off the steam release valves. Whoop. Make traveling through here easier.
Well, always remember you, Jeremy. I salute you.
Jeremy, no! That's the second routing switch. We'll wait until we do the third one.
Where'd it go? If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the veil?
I ain't sending that power to McDermott. Screw him.
Right?
What happens to the veil? It'll become the Veil of Tears, like in American McGee's Alice.
Whoa.
The thing called? Oh, combat drone. Okay. Zach Fett, what's done is done.
Jeremy, why didn't you wait for me?
He was doing his
Loose
directive.
cannon.
I was doing my purpose, actually.
By the way, Linkara, Megabob is pointing out, do you see that little armor torso thing flashing at the bottom center of your screen? That means your armor needs repair.
Not one thing at a time, provided he's having some issues.
Yeah.
Good, we reprogrammed all of them.
Oh, you got a flaw.
Flaw offer. Taking the
Some
flaw
perks come with flaws, yeah.
I think people said not to do this.
We were advised a couple of weeks ago not to do this because you can get a super perk for a flaw, but apparently the flaws outweigh the extra benefits you would get. Because look at those flaws. Like, that's pretty rough.
Well, we get a perk point is the benefit, but you know what? No, we will keep
that's
leveling up. We'll be fine.
A free perk is great, but like -1 dex, like damn. Hanyamaru says, in that case, who would you want to be your nemesis? Every hero and villain needs one after all.
I have to think about that. Let's see. Gotta repair the. Can we repair the armor here?
You need a repair bench, I believe.
Okay. But I want to be my nemesis. Someone relatively easy. Because the problem with having a nemesis is that, like, you know, if you have one that's too bad at what they do, then they're just really annoying. We're gonna save the last routing switch. We don't want someone who's too annoying. We also don't want someone who's too competent.
Augustus St. Cloud from the Venture Brothers. What's your villain name going to be? Augustus St. Cloud.
Honestly, Augustus St. Cloud is a pretty good name for a bad guy.
Oh, this is kind of funny. Emperor Seth is saying robophobia is a funny one, at least. When you get a robot companion, you scream in terror at them, although that could come at the cost of story content.
No, I want a robot buddy. Cole Aidman does not discriminate against the machines.
That is delightfully stupid, though. Just, like at your own robot companion. Oh, yeah, Neo saying Augustus Quiz Boy. Like, what a pain in the ass.
Quiz Boy.
Quiz Boy.
I think the routing switch, if I activate it, it won't, like, you know, it won't immediately do that because I still have to choose who I divert it to.
I mean, whatever. Yeah. If it does, it does.
Now we don't have to come all the way back down here.
You're going impulsive anyway.
Yeah. Yep.
Celeste.
Yep.
I'm not sure what the right is. All I know is the decision's final.
The decision is final.
Did it actually, like, pick for me?
No, Megabob just said this part does not make you choose yet.
Good. Then let's go and complete our quest first.
Oh, wait a minute. Linkara, look at the walls for a minute. To your right. A little more to the right. Okay. I think you have to like remove that bar so that way you can. There you go.
Hey.
Hello. Dark Soul shortcut, baby.
Right.
Hey, that door just made his way to the lawyer. He passed the bar.
I don't get it.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, there was a door we couldn't open before.
Was it that door?
Might have been, honestly.
It was that door, actually. Yes.
Whoops. Well, live and learn.
Hanging on the edge of tomorrow.
Oh, sweet. Fuck. I was just gonna say, like, sweet Sonic Adventure 2 reference.
So is that a Sprat?
I don't think so. I think a Sprat was those little things we saw running around. Oh, we got skill points available. We leveled up.
Heck
Hooray.
yeah.
Alright. I think we're good on engineering for a little bit, but we need to, as always, need to up our charisma.
Of course.
Up our defense. Let's, melee. We are a ranged guy, because we got ourselves, although we got our melee weapon now.
We have our lightsaber. We got our star sword.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Megabob is also pointing out, because, like, I did not know this. When the guy said he was eating sprats, that's a portmanteau, space rat.
Ah.
Which is a weird thing to call them when you're on a planet. Like, they're rats. Like, what is this?
I've unlocked leap. Double-click jump when moving forward, leap forward.
Okay. I mean, that might be good for horizontal platforming.
Yeah. All right, let's keep hitting escape. Let's fast travel.
A good old Mega Man X air dash.
Yeah.
Who was it that had the mechanical book we needed?
That was the vicar.
Write an engineer, return to Thomas. Then if I return to Thomas.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, wrong guy. I'm sorry. Yeah, Thomas. Yeah, the engineer who was lying about being an engineer.
We still got to collect the gravesite fees as well.
Yeah.
Do we have to?
Eon101 says, in your last Jedi review, you said that you hated Rise of Skywalker. Which things did you hate the most about it? Will you ever review it?
The thing I hated most about it was the revelation of Rey's parentage, because I feel like it ruined the rest of everything else. Will I ever review it? I want to. There was going to be a proper comic release of it. Now there is a 60-page comic version that is out there. I talked about this in the Rogue One review. They released two different versions of the comic. One is a more condensed version, mostly made for kids, and the other is like the proper 6-issue miniseries kind of deal. And they canceled the 6-issue miniseries they were going to release with it because of COVID.
Oh.
And while eventually I may decide to cover that one, to cover the more kid-friendly version of it, just because it's the only one out there, I feel it's unfair to do that when all the other ones I've done have had a longer length to them and more time to tell the story. Clockwork Soul, here's a thought. What kind of robot companion would Cole Aidman want? A Data, a Crichton, how about a Marvin the Paranoid Android? Would anyone want a Marvin? I would definitely want a Data. A Data is like the best option available, but a Marvin the Paranoid Android. I want you all to know I'm feeling very depressed.
Funnily enough, I think Marvin the Paranoid Android makes one half of the robot of Infinity Train 1-1.
All right, Thomas was in the the botanical lab. That's it.
It's a weird motto. It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice.
I feel like the ale one is kind of much better.
You're explicitly saying it's not the best choice.
I think
that's the point.
I think the point is saying, it's not the best choice, it's the Spacer choice.
That's the joke.
Dang damn it.
Yeah, so it's not the best. Yeah.
Marvin only voiced by Rick.
Any luck finding one of those manuals?
I found 3 of those manuals.
No kidding. Really? Well, which one?
Part 1?
Look at that. Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years.
Life. Don't talk to me about life.
In fact, I put aside something special on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me.
But wait! There's more.
Don't keep me in suspense. Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might
Ironical?
have found this myself. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment.
Hold on. I've got
Don't
one more
keep
for
me
you.
in suspense.
The Elusive Part 3.
The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals.
No one I feel like nobody warned us about the hostile mechanicals.
All 3 parts.
I like the idea that it's common knowledge, but like you're a foreigner, so like no one thought to tell you because it's just they already knew it so well.
Miss Parvati, I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
Ooh.
What's on your mind?
Never mind. Leave the conversation.
What did you just get? An electro what?
Electro something or other.
Is it a weapon? Is it a cool?
That's right. Control armor. Electro
Electrocharged
charged
surface.
surface.
It stuns and damages melee attackers. Okay.
Neat. We'll want to do that when we figure out what our more permanent armor is going to be. Speaking of,
You don't
we
need
should
that
go
if you
get this
ever get hit.
repaired.
I mean, there is a workbench right next to the guy you just talked to. So
Is there now? Alright, we're not going to do modifications, but we are going to repair things. Repair? How much to repair it? Just repair all. Spawn-off shotgun, that's a light pistol there. Bolter pistol.
while you're at it, you might as well break down the items that we don't need, or are you gonna sell them?
Honestly, yeah. Yeah, let's,
You could always use some bits. What is your
break it down.
bit
There we
count
go.
anyway? 2,300?
Break this down, 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 break this down. Hello. That's right, we got a light assault rifle.
Ooh.
An assault rifle. We got a light assault rifle and an assault rifle. 180, 215. Yeah, well, we'll equip that in a second here.
Okay, dokie.
Break that down. Now we got to keep our toss ball stick. It's very important.
Of course. How else are we gonna toss a ball?
Mm-hmm.
With our hands, like a barbarian?
Like a peasant.
Pierre Lewis says, as I can see, you're back playing Metroid.
Alright, repair this item and repair this item. Tinker. What does Tinker do? I feel like we have not the ability to tinker. We could probably like make stuff, I assume.
That's probably like the thing that lets you like modify
actually,
the
repair.
weapons and whatnot.
Repair armor. Tiny logo for the differences. Yep.
Let's modify.
Let's install my... Oh, repair, right. There we go. Repair. There we go. Let's also break down some of the armor. Worker outfit, we don't need this. Cobbled exosuit. Now we're going to wear these masks.
Why would we hide such a handsome face?
Exactly.
Safety
Hibernation
reasons.
suit. We're never going to wear this again. Riot control, ballistics. The makeshift low pressure suit is much better. So yeah, we'll get rid of one of these. And there we go.
We got room in our inventory and a lot more cash. I want to say.
Yep. And let's go back. Let's go take care of. Let's get people's money so we could so we could make the gravedigger happy with us before we screw over his town.
Yeah, honestly, this is refreshing because I'm used to you having like 200 bits. Like, you actually have a little spending money now.
Yes. Let's see. Let's journal. Small grave matter. Let's set that to our active. That Conrad. Let's see if the map shows us where to get stuff. Gotta go out there. Gotta go to the barber shop.
Ooh, are you gonna sing in a quartet?
Because
Merciful law. Is that a marauder's outfit? I don't want you wandering into my shop wearing something you've lifted off a corpse. Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
Is it now? I can show you my hands.
No, thank you. That's quite all right. I've seen enough body parts in my line of work. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
Funny you mentioned that. Hanyamaro, why are you wasting all that stuff? It might be worth money in about 20 years.
Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
That's an amazing line. That's an amazing line.
You mean you're broke?
As broke as my crust, friend. Bitless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
That's some quality drama, Jesus.
You should audition.
Thank you, no. I despise the cereals. Tell Silas
I don't know. I
can't
mean,
afford to
Captain
pay.
Cruncher's pretty good.
And that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction.
Or for Frosted Flakes,
My
honestly.
apologies.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Hang on, medical rights?
Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings.
Let's give Silas an IOU.
Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions.
I'll let you know if I think of anything.
Much obliged.
Necklace.
What can I do for you? Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor?
You also know about the noble field of doctoring?
I am a Spacer's Choice certified surgeon, and if you must know, I can stitch a severed thumb with a 58% chance of avoiding gangrene.
Oh, better than half.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
and it's a severed thumb.
We know about this plague.
The plague's come at us with a vengeance this year. Lost 6 workers in as many months. I wouldn't call them good workers, mind you. If they were any good, they'd have been treated. Still, it is a shame.
Wow.
What are the symptoms?
Fever, chills, fatigue, aching, vomiting, an excess of phlegm, a tendency towards belly aching. Company policy, friend. We don't have enough medicine to treat all of us, so we treat the best among us.
Wow.
It's monstrous.
Nature is monstrous, friend, and this
Also,
plague
Among Us
is
reference.
natural selection at work.
Amogus.
Amogus.
Edgewater has been good to me. I consider myself privileged to work here. I am never wanting for work, not since the plague started.
Sounds exhausting.
As the good vicar says, work fortifies the spirit of a man. If you want to feel exhausted, try not having any work.
There is something to that.
Criminy.
To a certain extent.
I'd rather have no work than loads of work, but like, yeah, nothing at all, like, you're pretty bored.
Receptionist shot himself with his back. He's gonna have to call it out for what destruction of space property. Eugene was an asset. Somebody had to pay for his body price. He's gonna ruin us. So I was thinking that we pawn off his teeth. Eugene of criminy. How interesting.
I do love that quest name, A Small Grave Matter.
What can I do for you?
I know about Eugene. Why his teeth is collateral?
You know about Eugene? How?
I have my ways. I'm a mind reader.
Yeah.
Yes, do that.
You were probably poking around my things. I really shouldn't leave my letters sitting out in the open. Eugene's
You
golden
shouldn't.
teeth were a family
shouldn't,
heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He
Hey,
took them
Conrad, I'm
to
gonna
his
raid your
grave.
fridge. Hey, why is your fridge empty? I'm sure
It's
he
like
won't
freaking
miss it.
Rorschach. Like Conrad comes home and you're just
Eugene's body
eating
and all
cold
rare earth
beans
minerals
from a
contained
can.
therein are solely the property of Spacer's choice. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
Are you asking rhetorically? Because if you're being serious... Ugh, gross.
Desperate measures, Miss Holcomb. Desperate measures. I'm going to have to ask Silas to dig up those teeth. It's the only
Brutal.
way I'm paying my gravesite fees. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
I don't care. Okay, here are the papers. Goodbye. Stone cold.
Yeah, I do not care about this guy or this craptastic planet.
You know, props for his diverse vocabulary, though.
Hmm.
That's the most eloquent way I've ever heard of somebody saying, "Look, man, I don't have any freaking cash on me."
Yep.
Oh, sweet merciful law. A marauder's in my domicile.
Man, I should really change my clothes. Take it easy. I'm not a marauder.
There's a reason you're running around.
Should have done the. Oh.
No, I'm not. I'm
Thompson
charming.
send you to put the fear in me?
Yeah, we're impulsive, but not chaotic
I'll be
evil.
right at my post.
Ow.
Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because
Boring.
I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
Febmon, just realized you have the chat set for top chat instead of all chat on the stream. It's not by choice. For some, OBS broke with an update so that my normal chat screen is displaying how it looks on YouTube as opposed to the custom setup. I still need to get it fixed, and for some reason it won't let me change it. I've tried a few times to switch it over to live chat, but it's not showing up like that on the actual stream itself, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I do have it set for live chat, though. I'm still able to see the things.
For one thing, it says I need to sign in when, I'm signed in, I'm streaming.
I have had that happen before, where suddenly it'll just go from being signed in to saying sign in. It's very frustrating.
At my post tomorrow, bright and early tomorrow, because I am to be not placed. Brad's bringing another one. Take it easy, Mr. Thompson. Didn't show him.
And what are you doing here? Visiting? Well, let me give you the grand tour. This here's my domicile, and there's the door.
Oh, he's good.
Here to collect your gravesite fees.
Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows.
Told me everything.
Sounds like he's already told you. You may as well hear it from me. I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching. And soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the skies.
What a corny thing to
Don't
say.
say that, Mr. Abernathy. You still got a couple decades in you.
I'd steer clear, Ms. Holcomb. My affliction's bound to be contagious. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one.
Hmm.
3 is cold as ice again.
Are? Oh, wow. First time anyone's ever told me that. I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelancing for me, I could really use the help.
How can I help?
There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me. You been there already? And you ain't been ground down into marauder meat?
I mean, how do you think I got this
Don't see
outfit?
it. Don't keep us waiting.
It's all yours.
Sweet life-giving nostrum. The first hit's always the best.
Nice that we already got
Smashed
it.
together all the bits I had around the domicile. It ain't as much as you
So it's fun to do the
deserve,
side
but
quests that you
it's
weren't
all I
expected
got.
to do.
Yep.
Do you persuade or intimidate?
I don't want to. The guy's dying. I don't want to be a dick to him.
Yeah, but now he's got the medicine inside of him, so he's not dying.
He gave me $500. I'm not gonna. I'm not greedy. I'm not gonna be that much of an asshole. So did he? He said that he was gonna pay his dues. So just
yeah.
Double check. Yeah, I collected Abernathy's. Good. Next.
All right, who's next on the list?
Whoever is
I guess
75
I'd say
meters
Phyllis.
away. What up there? Ignore me!
No, May.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy.
Graveside fees, here to collect.
Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment.
Papers aren't signed in your name.
Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
You have to pay for your neighbor's graveside fees?
If you're not familiar with board law, you ought to be. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker.
So this guy shot himself?
Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
Oh, we've heard that before.
Eugene wasn't family.
She did say
I
it,
was
yeah.
the closest living person relative to his body at time of death.
Wow.
I'm the one who found him.
Oh my
So I
gosh.
pay the
That's
fines.
brutal.
Suicide's a
That's
crime.
like Clue. I believe in life after death. He's dead and now I have a life.
What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
Oh, Clue.
God, that's such a good movie.
It is.
I'm plenty serious. In fact, I'm a little upset Eugene didn't think things through. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset,
I hate this
we would have
place.
had
I
to
hate
pay
this
out
so
of
much.
pocket to Spacer's Choice.
Well, also, what I'm noticing is like the one company has a monopoly, so it can skimp on like quality. Like the guy at the beginning of the game said, "Oh, my gun misfired," but apparently that's just something you might need to expect with Edgewater gun or with Spacer's Choice
Well,
guns.
excuse you. I'll have you know, Eugene was an asset to us all. May his atoms be commended to the law. All I know
Wow.
is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers
So is this
went
why
through,
humans don't
which
try to
means the
live out in a
town's the
Ferengi
clear.
society?
I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace. and the rest
Ferengi
of
is
us
more
can go
about,
on
isn't
with our own
Ferengi
lives.
respect about personal gain rather than like the company?
Yeah, though usually it's like, personal gain of whoever's in charge of the company.
Okay.
I think Rom put it best. We don't want to stop the exploitation. We want to be the one exploiting people.
Yeah.
Oh, God, imagine playing Lethal Company. Yeah. Matter in time.
Criminy.
I do love the art style for like their world kind of thing. It like really gets you sucked into how like this world operates.
Alright, we still got this enabled, so what direction are we heading in for our last one? I'm not seeing it on the mini-map.
It's behind you. It's on the other side of the town.
Ah, for the love of... Okay. The Ferengi, you're better boss than these guys. Yeah! Captain Dimension 93, what are your tips on buying a good 3D printer? Let's see. I can swear by Creality printers. They are relatively inexpensive. with good quality builds to them. There is, maintenance that you have to do the more and more you use it. Don't invest a ton of money in your first printer.
Yeah, that is a very good point. I've heard that about, like, getting into any hobby. Like, buy the shit version just to see if you like it, rather than spend $1 million to find out that you don't.
Yeah, keep it under two. Yeah. Especially a lot of printers went down after Bamboo Labs released, the X1 Carbon and the P1S and all that, and basically revolutionized the industry. So most of Creality's really good printers, Ender 3 stuff is dropped below $200. Keep it that way. I would actually go with an Ender 3 S1 in particular, because while you could get a basic level Ender 3 version 2 or 3, that requires a lot more. You have to build it versus an S1, which has some assembly required, but not nearly as much.
Honey Umaro says, I suggest wiping this place clean and starting over elsewhere. Can't be too much worse than it already is.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months.
It really does disturb me how many times people say, oh, thank the law, when, you realize that the law pretty much just is money.
I want to make sure you're up to snuff.
Unfortunately.
And even the religion, as was pointed out last week.
Oh, yeah.
I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling.
The what?
What are you babbling about?
The coming apocalypse. Man versus machine.
He's so peppy about it.
I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons.
This is what would have happened if I had picked that flaw.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Just my luck. I ask for backup and the boss sends me one of them simple folk. All right. Listen real close. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant, clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over
Did you
that
shoot
hill,
Jeremy
where
originally?
Will you be? Cowering beneath your cot?
That'd be
Or
interesting.
standing shoulder to shoulder with the resistance?
Really another gun, I am for hire.
I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Some tuna cans, mostly. Some Spacer's Chaw. Few bit cards. I'll reward you for your aid.
Spacer's Chaw.
Proper armies pay enlistment fees.
Enlistment fees? Yeah, I suppose.
I
Wouldn't want to give
suppose.
the resistance a bad name.
What do you need done?
They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind
He
our
means
beloved
Jeremy.
town.
I've already taken
Jeremy's
care of it.
dead.
You did? Well, color me impressed, soldier. Wish I had a dozen
Wish
requests.
they had a die robot.
You're a passing fair soldier, I will confess. But you are one. And the enemy...
Yeah, you just instantly got and beat a quest.
What you need
Yep.
is an equalizer.
This is what happens when we just
A
explore
weapon
around. We end
to
up
strike
solving the
fear
quest
in
without
their
realizing
cold
it.
mechanical
Yeah.
hearts.
That means you get all the experience right now.
Lavatory.
Right?
Hello.
Because Cole
Wonderful
Aidman is
toilets.
that advanced at his job.
That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
I've hidden all these years.
You hid your secret weapon in a lavatory.
Sharp, ain't it? The lavatory is the very last place a mechanical has need to enter.
Your logic is irrefutable, unless it's like a toilet robot.
Yeah.
Ah, yes,
On the
the
double
little
sword.
robot that comes in to clean the
Don't want
toilets.
the bartender poking around in there with a mop. Go on.
Yeah, we have mechanicals.
You ever seen the way a mechanical just stands there? Just looking at you. Scanning you with its murderous oculars.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
that
sure
sounds.
programmed
What is
it.
that from? That sounds familiar.
It's from
SpongeBob.
Okay.
Programmed to replace us. First, they will rob us of our jobs. And once they have taken away our livelihoods, they will take away our very lives.
He does bring up a valid.
I'll let you be.
Yeah. Reminds me of that episode of Twilight Zone where like a guy made a machine factory kind of thing to run everything, but then like he actually loses his job as boss.
Yep.
To a machine, and it's Robbie the robot that's in charge, and it's awesome.
Indeed, yeah. That's the Brain Factory at Mr. Whipple's, I think is what it's called.
It might have been. I have no idea.
Very odd name for it.
Have you ever seen the anime series Kino's Journey?
I know of it.
Kino's Journey.
There's an episode called "The Country with No Work." They managed to build a network of robots and electronics to do all the work for them, and people just chill out all day. And it's like, see, we have no work. We live in a paradise. But at the end of the day, when everything would normally clock out, all of a sudden everybody goes into the office and checks all sorts of data sheets to make sure that the robots are operating correctly. So they just become like cubicle zombies at the end of the day instead of at the beginning of the day.
He said it was at the
Cantina.
The cantina. Makes it easier for us. But if you got an actual weapon that we can use, I'm all in favor of that.
Ironic that the place that they all go to gather and eat and drink is called the Cantina at the cannery.
Hey.
Do they have dancers that do the can-can?
Only at ShopRite.
First things first, let's see what the secret weapon is. Oh. No, okay, we'll level up real quick first.
Probably a good idea, yeah.
Alright, let's up our melee a little bit. Up our range.
Up our melee.
Up our dialogue, of course.
Up the dialogue.
And we'll put one in stealth and one in tech. One in leadership. And that's it. Ooh. By holding the attack button, you charge up an overhead power attack for significant damage. Nice! And our
your
perks. Alright. You can lower vendor prices. Increase our tactical time dilation. We're not going to do a lone wolf because we are going to have a party. We can up our walk speed. Not a bad idea.
That's pretty good.
Up our sprint speed.
Or sprint speed, also pretty good.
Weapon armor durability loss. Precision. Science weapon magazine size. Damage per flaw. Base armor rating. Additional ammo stock on vendors. Having more ammo is not a bad thing. To fast travel when encumbered. I think we were talking about getting this.
Oh, what's that XP one?
50% experience from companion kills.
Oh, so okay. So basically, like when you're paying to kill something, you'll get the experience points, kind of thing.
That's not bad if you like hiding and letting like the human shield do your job for you.
Yeah. I feel like increasing our speed would be good. Walk speed or sprint speed?
Really, either or. Walk is infinite, and it'd be nice to go faster. But if you're always sprinting, then sprint speed.
I'll go with walk speed for now. Linkara, did you just level up from going to the bathroom? Well, yeah, don't you?
Who else are you supposed to level up?
I mean, don't you feel better after you go to the bathroom?
Yeah, no more heroes. You save at a bathroom. Good times.
Same thing in Dead Rising.
All right, let's see what the secret weapon of his is, and I hope it's actually an actual weapon. God damn it, we did it again.
You went the wrong way.
I know. Wee.
Okay,
Got your
here we
toilet
go.
bundle.
Bring us honor, soldier. Feast your eyes, soldier. This here is a genuine Spacer's Choice injury customizing unit, designed to deliver a lethal blast of electrical discharge. I call it the Hand of the Law. You ever want to see a mechanical flailing around?
It does
like
have a
drowned
cool
fish?
name.
You stick
Mag
it
2
in
Zap.
in its guts. With compliments from old Ludwig.
How do I use this injury customizing unit exactly?
There's a workbench right through this door. Attach that unit to your favorite weapon and
Ah,
go
it's a
forth
mod.
into glorious battle. Time's come for you to journey down into the black heart of the enemy's camp.
The old geothermal plant, you say?
Geothermal plant.
Yeah, wow, you're a little too good at this.
Unfortunately, the old plant lies outside my board-given jurisdiction. You'll need to get a passcode from the boss, Reed Thompson.
A passcode from Reed Thompson, you say?
I've been after a passcode for years. Boss said no on account of my gross incompetence with all matters related to security. I need you to get us the brain of a mechanical. Well, not exactly a brain. Anatomically speaking, what we're looking for is a logic module.
A logic module, you say?
Don't tell anyone, all right? I've got a contact. A real expert in the inner workings of the automaton. We are gonna rip those mechanical secrets right out of their circuits.
Edgewater's in the middle of nowhere. You don't have a contact.
Well, excuse me. What I meant was I'm going to get a contact. I didn't know I had to be all prissy about my grammar around you.
Well, you do. Seems simple enough.
If you die horribly, I will pour out a can of 0G to your memory.
Oh, thank you. It makes it all worth it.
I mean, does it though?
Bring us honor, soldier.
That lighting from behind him actually makes him look honorable as a
I'm
warrior.
Ludwig Miller.
I got the logic,
Okay.
you know.
No, I don't think you do.
Yeah, maybe you just heard about it.
Okay, we didn't actually grab it.
Sounds about right.
Let's finish up Silas's quest real quick while we're here.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, just gotta go right through town.
Yes, let me There's that terminal you never got into. Yeah, we'll grab. We should be able to just go back in, grab it, and handle it. We're just going back and forth from town, and I feel like once we redivert power, he will end the quest. So I got to do that before we redirect the power.
Yeah. We'll be lawfully good right now, but then the chaos will come in later. At least that's what we're hoping. I honestly don't know. I don't remember.
Hey, Miss Parvati. Lovely to see you about, Miss Parvati.
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him careful and true, miss.
What are you talking about, Silas?
Best to ask her yourself.
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I can't leave the house.
Oh, sorry, Parvati.
Oh. Well, thanks.
Something I can do for you?
Hey, about those fees you wanted.
You run into any trouble?
Well done. Paperwork, fees, and signatures.
Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to.
I went out of my way for you.
And I'll buy you a drink sometime. Oh, suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another.
Abernathy's trying to hide his own illness.
Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy.
He was convinced you knew.
What? No. If I knew he was sick, I would have had him reported. I needed his fees because of his name. A for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list, you see?
Let me ask about something else.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should just leave. Alright, let's go back and grab that logic circuit.
Alright, I'm gonna have to head off for the night. You guys try to enjoy the rest of your night and be safe.
Alright, have a good
You
night,
too,
Jesus.
Jesus.
Good night.
Good night.
I'm curious if you have trouble with stuttering with the game. I loaded it up for a lark, and seeing you streaming it, and I was getting awful stutters. Yeah, no, so far it's been fine for me.
Yeah, I'm
Mind you,
seeing
I
it
also
okay on my end.
like when I also bear in mind when I start these games, like my computer is good. It's not that good, so I always lower the graphics quality just to make sure everything runs smoothly.
From the planet to your living room. Interesting slogan.
Mm. Hey. Hello. Yoink, yoink, yoink. All of the yoinking.
Hanyamaro says, logic is enemy, not ally. Do not touch.
Oh yeah, it says you. I don't know.
Actually, I should have checked to see if I could fast travel while inside the place. I presume
don't
I couldn't.
think you can. Yeah, I'm making the assumption as well. Auntie Chloe, why does that remind me of the robot mom from Futurama?
The community center. I can fast travel to the landing pad too. Good.
Excellente.
That's the last of the quests I think that we actually have. I don't know if there's any more quests in town, but like I think that's enough for now. And we'll go and destroy the city.
Pretty much. Thank you for all the quests. Now we're just gonna blow you up.
Bring us honor, soldier. Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform. So this is it then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes. I
It's really
reward
into
you
it.
with the gratitude of the resistance.
Why do I get a feeling that like if he
I'm
wanted,
guessing
he can
you
go
want
into like
something tactile. So
he
here's a couple
would
bits
fit
for
right
your
in a
trouble,
Terminator
and a
movie
little
just for the
something
sake
to
of destroying the
remember me
machines.
by.
Alright, so we completed that quest. Well, it's time. Now they say that that there is another quest we could do that like that involves just killing a bunch of targets. I'm okay with skipping that.
I agree.
It comes out of the power, geothermal plant. Let's redirect this stuff and end this capitalist hellhole.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll get off this planet, because frankly, I'm sick of this planet already. We've only been here for like for a short
like a
amount
day.
of time, but I'm already sick of it.
I woke up from cryo sleep for this.
Hey. Anything we can pick up here while we're here? Any boxes or junk?
Not a clue.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, there you go. Wait, this game is about capitalism? Ah, at least this level is about capitalism. Huh.
I get
never
the feeling
played it
it's the
before.
entire game.
It could be the entire game is like this.
Probably.
Like I assume that whatever planet you go to next, it'll either be more Spacer's Choice or it'll be some other company.
Once we do this, there's no going back.
Yep, there is no going back.
There is no...
Okay, Hanyamaro has a super chat, but you might want to cover this because there's a tune to it and I don't know what it is.
They have the land, but we have the power. Simpsons
Well, thank you.
reference to
Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
I wouldn't mind hearing your opinion.
I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
Damn it, Parvati.
God damn it.
Let's see. I see your point. Read. Tells me Edgewater's going to die without workers in power. The deserters are a community. I can't just destroy what they built.
Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred?
He tells me Edgewater is going to die without workers in power.
Mega Bob, you can talk to both leaders to get their opinions for the optimal solution. I was gonna make a choice, Parvati. I was gonna make a choice. And then here you come along, pleading for the people.
Also, the infamous Mike Manhattan says, have you heard of Local Man or Blood Squad 7? There are 2 comics from Image that are love letters to the 90s Image, and they're pretty good.
I have not heard of them.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something.
I'm glad you did. I like hearing from you.
Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
Why you gotta do that? You had to do that, Parvati. You had to do that. You had to go. Make me second guess myself. Gah! Gah!
I mean, I'm still up for, like, screwing over the Edgeworth town because, again, it's capitalism. I get that. Here's the thing. Capitalism is corrupting the mind, and as far as we're concerned, it is a trap that is its own construction. If we destroy the trap, they can congregate. They can probably congregate to the other thing anyway. Plus, we're leaving this planet anyway, so why even bother?
I mean, you're not wrong there. It's just she makes a compelling case about making people suffer. Gah!
But they're suffering in general for just working for the machine. So what kind of suffering? Oh, hold on a minute.
How to borrow your copy of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering, read with sputtering, needs a reference or another copy of everybody. Chaos Error, Chaos gonna hear where gunfire here through the old law. I think that's what someone's leg would like to leave early for the day. Please deduct language fee for my pay. Thank you, very proud. Okay, yeah, you know what? No, screw this place. I don't care if she delights in the suffering. She will help them, and if she doesn't help them, then they will help themselves.
Exactly. There you go.
Parvati, I'm sorry, but this place is evil, and it needed to stop.
No matter what decision you make, it probably sucks.
Yep.
Sometimes there are no good decisions.
But you gotta be the brave one to make the tough decisions.
Yep. Dang it, Parvati, stop making a valid point. Eeny, meeny, miny, F Edgewater. I'm not worried about her not joining us. I want to, like, you know, I don't want to hurt people. I'm just a nice guy. I'm a charismatic fellow, but sometimes evil needs to be destroyed.
Indeed.
Also, sometimes you gotta raid dead people's stuff.
I mean, there you go.
Valuable life lessons from Cole Aidman. Alright, I redirected the power, and I presume they're pretty unhappy with me. Anyway, congratulations, now you're the bad guy.
Well, you're a bad guy in their perspective.
What was that line? From my perspective, it is you who is evil, or whatever.
My perspective, the Jedi are evil!
Yeah, there it is, there it is.
There you go.
What a line.
There's always time for looting. Indeed. There's one thing we learned from Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, we the baddies.
And I got the feeling that they're not going to be very happy with me. But you know what? There's a better way of living, and it needs to be away from this place.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a feeling I'm going to have to kill Reed.
And nothing of value would be lost.
You want to know what?
Mega Timmy Tommy is saying, I checked a guide. If you wanted to stay, then finish the Terra 2 quests.
Plague, marauders, desertion. Then you wandered in town. And I was so damn sure our luck was starting to turn. I never knew how right I was. Just answer one question for me. Why'd you do it?
These are all kind of compelling.
I feel like I don't owe you an explanation.
Yeah, I'll go for number 2 as well.
Yeah.
You're right. I put the fate of our town in the hands of some feckless transient. This is my fault. And all Edgewater's paying for my mistake. Whatever you were hoping to find down here, I advise you to turn around and leave. I have got guards posted with orders to fire on you.
Call off your guards. I don't want them bleeding all over my power regulator.
That's insane.
All right, easy now. Let's not do anything.
Yeah.
I'll order my guards to stand down. Take what you came for and then leave us be. Stand down, all of you. We're done here.
Go join the hippies.
I literally am a transient, but feckless? Feckless, you say?
No one calls me feckless.
I have all the feck you could ever want, and more. Welcome
Hey,
back,
Minsby, welcome back.
Welcome back, Minsby.
How's it going?
I'm gonna go talk to the leader of the hippies and like get them.
And Honeymaru, because F you, that's why I did it. I mean, that was option 3, to teach you a lesson.
Yeah, there's so many dead sprats.
I do not know.
Honeymaru, because F you, that's why I did it.
Yeah, we covered that. That's like I was saying. That was option 3, to teach you a lesson.
Where are the hippies?
Geothermal power plant. I'm gonna try to talk to her and make sure she understands. You're gonna help these people. You're twice the he ever was. Hey, Linkara, I have a wisdom tooth erupting, so I'm drowning at the pain with streams. I am so sorry. I know how bad that kind of thing can be. Hopefully, we are providing some entertainment for you. All right, where the hell is she? Hey, Pamela Isley!
You hear that? That low, pleasant hum of electricity? It whispers across the veil like the winds of change. You've done well. I would have paid my last 5 bits to see the look on Reed's face when the last lamp in town burnt out and the cannery fell to silence.
You really have it in for Reed.
My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear.
What happens now?
Time's come to look toward the future. We'll grow, I expect. A lot of workers out there with nowhere else to go.
A lot of mouths are out
Not as many as you'd think. We're not about to let the whole town join our flock. Just the ones willing to renounce their corporate loyalties and live the way nature intended.
Fuck.
I am curious. Why did you help us? You don't know who we are. You don't owe us a thing. The plant's crawling with mechanicals, so it stands to reason you risked your life.
You gotta recount yours is the better way of life.
You're not quite like anyone else I've met. You haven't had your consciousness programmed by the board. You're welcome among us if you're ever so inclined. You are welcome here.
Ah, want to tell her you should help everybody.
Yeah, really.
God damn it.
Well, I mean, let's put this in another perspective. If you allow the ability to be open to everybody and stuff like that, that's good. However, if they're gonna be rude and mean and stuff like that, and like just belittle other people, you would probably want them not to. You probably want them out, kind of deal.
True, but you still gotta. But still, just like I'm trying to help the max amount of people here, and there's. I know there was a third option. I didn't like the third option because I didn't.
We made this clear last week. If we wanted a guide, we'd ask for it, or we just use one ourselves.
Yeah, no. It's just a matter of like I feel like morally this was the right call, but I don't like her attitude about only if you renounce the company. You should be helping everybody.
If there were a perfect option, then everybody would choose that. This is more of a like, what is our playthrough kind of playthrough.
Exactly.
Yeah, we gotta be. We are Cole Aidman. We're just trying to do the best we can.
This is a more of like a show type of live gameplay. This is not personal gameplay where we're going to try doing everything the best we can. This is trying to wing it and try to see what we can think of and do. Is that about right?
Yeah.
Yep.
What about the town? All those people. He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain.
We
what I
live
do.
in a society.
Like a puppy, kind of.
Yeah.
I'm just glad he's alive. That he's okay. I mean, when Mr. Thompson said he was fired, we all expected.
Did you hear about the Red Ranger Isekai anime from the Fourth Wall Kid? Yes, I did. It looks pretty good.
Oh, the manga was so much fun. I'm so glad it's getting an anime adaptation.
You got hit by Truck Coon and you woke up and you're the Red Ranger?
No.
I know, but
you know what? I'm just gonna wait until you get a chance to see it yourself. So.
That it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vickers sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf under glass. It just comes off cold to me is all.
Why aren't you allowed in Moreau's store anymore? Whoop, I know.
Yeah, huh? In the bar? When I asked if you were a drinker? There was a kind of a thing with a vending machine when I was 12.
And don't complain when your choices lead to outcomes you don't like. I'll complain! You can't tell me not to complain. This is my stream. We will complain about everything.
It's my party. I can cry if I want to.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, did you ever like grab the companion that by Max?
Right? So
Yeah, we already grabbed him. He said he was waiting on the ship.
Oh,
Yeah, because Mega Bob says I don't remember if he just shows up or if you have to go get him, but he did say he'd be there.
Yeah.
Did my thing, and next thing I know, there's a couple hundred bottles of 0G rolling out the front door and into the road. It's not funny.
Yes, it is.
Right about then, a bunch of loaders came rolling in the gate, fresh off the Saltuna ships. And Mr. Thompson was up on the porch making a speech about how everyone would have to volunteer a third shift to get it all canned. Anyhow, you ever seen an auto
I ain't volunteering jack shit. Pay me for my labor.
Exploded all over Mr. Thompson. One bottle after another as the loaders went by. I was just shy of working age, so Dad had to pay all the damages. Moreau's still angry at me. I can laugh about it now, but I just about puked up my guts in terror in the moment. That's the one time I ever made Mr. Thompson look a fool.
Let's see.
Yeah, huh?
Perception.
That's on account of how I never met her.
That sucks. And she's dead?
I don't rightly know. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from...
No, this is making me feel better. Much.
So
I just like...
I was born, I got sent here.
Even with her, I still feel like we made the right call here.
It's sensible.
See? What did I tell ya?
Fix machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
Criminy. Let's get the hell off this crappy-ass planet.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she
For
have
pure
any
safety,
idea?
save before you get on just to see if the vicar's there, but he probably should be.
Yep.
Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. Edgewater won't last another season.
Again,
without
Space
power.
Walmart.
That don't change the fact that I'm indentured to Spacer's Choice. Company expects me back at my post. I have imagined it, but until you came along, I never thought I had the choice. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my
Definitely.
my catalyzers, and
Of
I can
course.
keep your ship singing.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying
And if
she's
you
one of
ever
the
need a
best
pair of eyes
companions.
watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think? Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
You can call me Cole Aidman. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's so wholesome.
Mm-hmm. So save over this. Alright, I've saved. Just to double check, and the vicar should be on board already. There he is.
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying
There
on
he
a
is.
ship named the Unreliable. I'll
Yeah.
head upstairs and claim a room.
David Small, got two questions. I'm just curious. Have you seen the new Crow movie? And I'm just wondering if you've heard of an anime, Go-Go Loser Ranger on Hulu. Basically takes the boys concept, but for Rangers. I have indeed. I've not seen the new Crow movie. Honestly, the trailer didn't look all that interesting. And yes, I've heard of Loser Ranger. I never watched it, and frankly, you sold me less on it by saying it's
Yeah, I
like
was
the
gonna
boys.
say, like, you famously do not like the boys.
Oh, I can pick this locker.
Because the boys is another
Rifle.
capitalist dystopia.
Oh, but I need to use that on my own ship.
Captain,
Hey,
I have
Ada.
detected that the town of Edgewater is now without power. I appreciate you doing your part to hasten their demise.
I appreciate your doing your part.
Captain, do you know how to install a power regulator?
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our
Sass on this
engine room is
computer.
located behind you, across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
Yo!
Cole Aidman,
skills,
level
there we go.
7.
Alright, let's boost up our melee. Boost up our ranged. Attack or dialogue. Always gotta up the dialogue.
Gotta up that dialogue.
Play up your natural charm.
Mm-hmm. Up our
Your
attack.
silver tongue.
Stealth is not our strong suit. Let's up our defense.
No, yeah, let's up
Walk
our
up to them and hit them with your plasma melee, whatever that thing is.
Pretty much, yeah. Companion abilities.
So we got the priest and Pavati. Yes? Question mark?
Yep.
I do like that the vicar just directly calls out what we've already noticed. Like, your ship is called the Unreliable.
Accurate, isn't it?
Hear me, baby, hold together.
What a piece of junk!
It'll make 8.5 past light speed. Just stop standing here like this. This is
By
creepy.
verity, by strength. What are we contemplating today?
I'm contemplating you standing there, menacingly.
Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition.
Violently enthusiastic disposition?
That's what my parents called it.
Yeah, it sure sounds like he has that kind of disposition.
I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them.
Why are you so passionate about it?
My parents, ironically. They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known.
It's starting to feel like a precursor to Firefly, a pre-Firefly Firefly. This came out like after Firefly, so.
Yeah, Negatimi Tommy, same thing. This ship is basically the Serenity.
I could find it.
Yeah, but with less Joss Whedon.
Yeah.
You know, I heard a lot about Firefly, but I've never actually seen it.
I think people overrate it a little bit, especially after I watched Blake 7. But like, it's good. I just don't think it's like the ultimate sci-fi series that so many people really love about it. In my opinion, watch Blake 7. Even though it's still considerably cheaper.
I've played the old FPS Blake Stone. Am I on the right track?
Nope.
Should have accepted my lot.
I am pretty sure I played Blake Stone when I was a kid, just because I like. Just when Civvy 11 did his review of it, like, wow, this is all looking very familiar.
Oh, that's an interesting question from Mike Manhattan. I don't know if you get this, Linkara. He's saying less Joss Whedon, so Outlaw Star.
Hey.
That's interesting.
I've never actually seen Outlaw Star, but I remember back in my day, early 2000s, back when I was a big anime fan, like Outlaw Star, Trigun, and Cowboy Bebop were the trilogy of space westerns.
Yes. Very good stuff. They were all good.
Cowboy Bebop is the only one of the three that I've ever seen.
Yeah, they're all worth it.
I thought I was fighting the plan, but you should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power procedures. That was not for me. What's the plan you keep talking about?
The simple version is this. The force which we call the Grand Architect created the universal equation that underlies and defines everything in the universe. Everything flows from the equation, or in layman's terms, the grand plan. Is the Grand Architect a consciousness? A natural force? Did it create the equation on purpose? The answers to these questions don't really matter. The equation, the plan, is all that matters. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in the plan.
Everything you do is part of it, right? Good way to control the masses.
The plan is not one rigid path. There are a variety of multitudes contained within it. Our paths have variance, but we'll end up adhering to it, whether we like it or not. Some choices make the path smoother, some rougher. You can even go outside the lines, but the further outside you go, it's like an unbreakable elastic band. It will only stretch so far before it snaps back. The further it is stretched, the more violent the eventual correction.
This just seems like a really, really corporate version of, like, secular corporate version of other, like, of a religion.
Talk to you later. Let's actually get going here and figure out where the hell we're going, because we only got 5 minutes left.
What can I do?
I know the guy had an actual reaction to the book being in French, but I do like that just the way he delivers most of his lines. Oh yes, I am violently passionate. Like, yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
I am prepared to bring the unreliable into
Luke Allen!
orbit. This should prove
I'll talk to you in a second here.
flight capabilities.
So Luke Allen, it's gone. Where did it go? That's the rubber band thing. That's referencing. I had the exact same thought. It's referencing an old short from MSUK called "Are You Ready for Marriage?" where a counselor describe to a couple who really wants to get married, despite clearly being the wrong call to make, considering they've only been in a relationship for so long. Like he compared it to like an elastic band, and if you stretch it too much, it can
snap.
See, snaps really sense. It's gone. Where did it go? We're gonna die.
Like you could see it. Yeah, I love the very end when it goes back to the crew on the Satellite of Love. Where did it go? He's a sorcerer.
Oh, blowouts would prove an adequate test for like a. Yeah, let's get the hell out of here.
All right, we got a couple super chats. Mega Timmy Tommy says, "How much familiar do you have with Mars Attacks?"
Only the 90s movie.
Apparently,
All right,
the
and
90s
Captain Avenger says, "I gotta find it. Good news. There's going to be a Godzilla cross Transformers crossover toy. Bad news. Japanese exclusive."
Ah, that sucks. Against
sorry
all
about that, Captain
odds, the
Avenger. How do you think
unreliable
that now?
takes flight.
It's a fantastic game.
Dr. Phineas Wells.
Good, I'm waiting to hear from him.
Ah, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
I'm feeling a little lighted. Also, I can slow down time.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine.
I wouldn't worry about the fact you can slow down time.
All across the
Yeah, you probably just think that it's fine.
lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
You need a nav key to land on a planet.
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Kelly.
Alright. Stopping you from leaving the Alcyon altogether.
Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star. Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together. None of us are
Sounds
leaving
fun.
Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place. And we can start by reviving the Hope.
Right, about as glad a personality now I can trust her.
Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her.
Can I land somewhere outside Stellar Bay?
In theory, I suppose you could land your ship in Cascadia, and in theory, I suppose you might survive the experience.
I don't know, I am pretty awesome.
Cascadia is utterly
Indeed.
seamed with dangerous, highly aggressive creatures, more than capable of tearing you limb from limb.
Okay, but I got like a
You'd
sword
have
that
to be a
slices
lunatic
through
to land
anything.
in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested your brain for incipient signs of insanity. Trust me, talk to Gladys Kelly.
Fine, I'll have a word with Gladys.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters. Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits, first-generation technology, you see, but promising.
Holographic shroud, that could be interesting.
At last.
It's D&D
Very
seeming.
simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
My last playthrough of the game, I used the shroud all of one time.
Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely.
The shroud is just going to be a fake mustache.
When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram.
This could be fun. I'll put it good use, thanks.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
This guy is giving me Grand Moff Tarkin vibes, and that's not good. Yeah. I don't trust this guy entirely either. First, let's go pick up our holographic shroud. Good, everyone went to their quarters.
But compared to the alternative, I'm definitely going to be siding with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get the feeling that's going to be a lot of this game. Like, I guess I'll side with this person.
You extra areas, probably you have the correct ID cartridge in an area.
Because his major plan is to buy the Hope Colonists and the smart people to help figure out how to fix this place. Another one is, let's make money. All of them think about his money.
Yep.
And
wow, this guy
Hanumaro
did not decorate his quarters at all.
And Hanumaro says, can you ever trust a corporation? Yeah, you can. You can trust them to exploit.
Hawthorne's unread messages. Dashing space pirate with a heart of, well, steel. It's not going to be board approved, but don't go around looking for space budget. Look at that up more later. But let's go and do our thing. We're going to their planet. We're going to save them. We're going to call it a night. Alright.
Oh, that's cool. Look at that.
That is
There's really a place called Tartarus and Scylla? No Charybdis, it's tattoo on the nose.
Where do you say we should be going
You have
to?
Hephaestus, you have Olympus, you have Scylla, Tartarus. Like, what is this? Like, what is this?
A nerd's reference sheet? I don't know.
So I'll go to the system map. Here you can see all the planets in the system, as well as special places of interest. Fly or ship to any location you've unlocked, though some landing bases require special codes and keys for allowed to land there. Extremely dangerous on all places could rain home in order.
Arrived at the groundbreaker.
It's an older code server, but it checks out.
That looks pretty. Alright.
But yeah, fun fact: the Mars Attacks movie was surprisingly based off a like a trading card game or something, or like a trading card collection or something.
Yep,
like that.
a whole series of things, originally from the 50s.
Yeah, it's super old school. And that feels like something Tim Burton would do. Like, bet you didn't think I remember this old school reference, like that kind of thing. He's done that before. Yeah. Like in Batman Returns, Christopher Walken's character is called Max Schreck. It's like only the true nerds will get this one.
Yep. All right, guys, we are calling it a night. I want to thank my wonderful guests, Minspy.
I somehow helped save the day again. I don't know why like it's not happening.
Lotus Prince.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'll be streaming myself tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern. I'll be doing some Silent Line Armored Core if you want a different flavor of corporate dystopia.
Xandru.
This week, I'll be doing 2 streams. I'm going to be changing it up. On Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific time. Is it 5 p.m.? 5 p.m. Pacific time. I'm going to be doing I'm going to be streaming Portals 2. I don't think I'm going to have anybody join me for that one. Maybe my co-hosts. But probably just going to play the main storyline. And on Friday, I'm going to do a random stream on Twitch. If I can make it to 100 followers, I'm going to fulfill a promise to an online friend of mine to do. So, yeah, there's that.
And, of course, RNGesus, who had to leave earlier. That one a-hole, would you ever cover the Dinosaur Attacks comics, whether that be long box or not? Yeah, probably. Ooh. Otherwise, keep an eye out for the Dark Knight's Death Metal review. I'm currently scripting it. It's coming along. Buy merch. We got keychains now. I'm working on the magnets. I'll have with the Top Fourth Wall logo. I'll have those available relatively soon, I think. And just in general, you guys have yourselves a great rest of the night. Thank you once again. And may the space protect you in space. I don't know.
Have a good night.
We'll workshop it.